everyone, welcome to Creations by Z. I'm your host, Zeri Kelly. On today's episode, it is Taco Tuesday, so stick with us, we'll get right to it, and I'll show you how to make some tacos. Alright everyone, so the very first step is to make sure you do all your prep work. And so what we have here is shredded cheese, which I purchased like this. Sometimes I will shred it myself, but this time I got it from the store. I have shredded lettuce, which I did myself. I have tomatoes here, which I got from my garden. And I have onions, green bell peppers, and yellow bell peppers, and I got those from my garden as well. Lastly, I have minced garlic that we will use in our tacos. Now we're going to go up to our spices. What we need for our spices, I'm going to use some cumin, some onion powder, some garlic, some black pepper, and I have some special spices here, which I won't tell you what that is until the very end of the video, so you have to stay tuned. Alright, we'll put this all together. Be right back. Okay everyone, today we are doing ground beef tacos. So what we want to start first with is water in a pot. I have about 5 cups of water in this pot here. And then I'm doing ground beef, so I have my ground beef right here. Now you may wonder why I have water in a pot. Well, ground beef is a little bit greasy, so what I like to do is boil my meat to get some of the grease off, and then we will drain it a little bit later. Okay, so I'm just going to start putting the ground beef inside of the water. And it's going to break up a little bit. It makes it chop up a little bit better, which is great. Alright, so just keep putting the rest of it in there. And you will see like all of the grease after the meat has cooked. And you'll see how well this water gets rid of all of that grease. Okay, one more piece here. Alright everyone, now it's time to turn our stove on here. We have all of our meat in the pot here. Alright, now we're going to add in our chopped onions and our bell peppers. So this is 1 onion, 1 green bell pepper, and 1 yellow bell pepper. So you just want to dump all of that in right now. Okay, just get that in there nicely, move it around. Okay, next, we have some garlic. This is minced garlic. I'm gonna put in 3 teaspoons of this minced garlic. All right. Now we have some cumin here. Now, it's according to your taste, how much you like. I like the taste of cumin, so I'm gonna put in probably about, let's say about 7 tablespoons here, just to get us started. Okay, next we're gonna add in our onion powder. And I'm going to do probably about 5 tablespoons as well. The thing about it, you want to start out less, and you can always build. But if you put too much spices in at one time, you can't go back and reverse it. Alright, we're going to put some garlic rather, inside of here. And we're going to do about 5 tablespoons as well. Alright, and we have some black pepper. Just gonna crush that on there. Now, you have it already grinded. You don't have to do that. I just like fresh grinded black pepper. So, we're gonna do probably about 2 tablespoons of that. All right, we're just gonna mix this in. And we wanna put this spices in right now because we want it to marinate inside of the meat as it is boiling. So now we have the spices in there. We're gonna put our top on. And we're just gonna let it go. We're gonna let it boil. All right, everyone, now that our meat is starting to boil, we're just gonna take the top off of there. Now, as I was telling you earlier, you can see how the grease has floated to the top here. So we don't want a greasy taco. We want our meat not to be greasy. We don't want it to be dry either. So we're gonna take some of this grease off of there. But as you can see, the meat is nice and fine, it's not lumpy. So now that our meat is done, we're gonna drain all of the water out, and then we will add our secret spices into the mix. All right, everyone, we have our colander here, so we're gonna drain our meat now, get that grease off in there. And that's how you want it to look. Just get some of the grease out of there. Okay, I'm gonna put it back in the pot now. All right, we're gonna put it back on the stove now and put our secret ingredients in and finish up with the meat. All right, everyone, we are back at the stove. The water is drained from the meat and you can see what it looks like here. So now is the time you want to turn down your eye on your stove. Turn it down to simmer because you don't want to burn your meat at this point. Okay, so now we have my special secret ingredients here, my spices. I'm just gonna start adding those spices in. I added these special ingredients in at the very end because I want this to give it a little punch here. So it's gonna give it an extra boost of flavor here. So I'm gonna add the rest of it in here. All right, that is done there. Just gonna mix this in. Okay, some people, they like their taco meat, their ground beef with the red sauce. I do not, because that is a lot of heartburn, and I don't like heartburn or acid reflux, so I tend not to do the red sauce in my meat or the red seasonings. Okay, so this is good to go now. So we're gonna let this simmer, then I'll come back and I will try it out to see if we need to add any more spices to it. Okay, everyone, so now I want to try out my meat just to make sure that I have enough seasoning in it. I think we have a winner here. So now I'm just gonna cover up my meat, let it simmer. All right, everyone, now that our meat is simmering, it is time for us to start frying our taco shells. So we have corn taco shells here, tortilla shells here. These are corn. You can use flour or corn. I like corn, so we're gonna do corn today. We have some vegetable oil here. We have a small skillet here, and we have a cooling rack right there as well. So I'm gonna take some of this vegetable oil, and you're just gonna cover the bottom of the pan there. Okay, we're turning our stove on here, and we're gonna turn it on like a medium high. Now, I did purchase this cool little gadget. This is my very first time using it with you guys, so hopefully it will work for me. We'll see. All right, everyone, so I added a little bit more oil because it wasn't enough oil in order to use this gadget. Now, this gadget is what they call a taco press. And basically what you do, you take your tortilla shell and you place it right in there, like so. And it makes sure that you have a perfect shell. Make sure that your grease is nice and hot, so when you put it in there, it will be ready to fry. So we're gonna try it and see if it's ready to fry. Okay, it's looking good here. And you just want to do it for a couple seconds here on one side, maybe about 15-20 seconds on one side. Now I'm going to flip it over and we're going to see what we have on the other side here. Now, depending on how hard you like your taco shells, you can go a little bit longer. You can go as close to a minute on each side if you want to. Okay, let's see what we have here. So now you just open it up here. Just open up your, and this should come right on out here. Let's see. I'll remind you, this is my first time using this, so seems like it did pretty good though. Okay, let's try another one. Just watch your hands here, it might get a little hot. You could also deep fry it as well. If you have more grease, you can do that as well, which would probably make it a little bit more easier. So I'm going to do a couple more of these shells and I'll come back and show you how to plate it up. Alright everyone, so it's time for us to start plating up our tacos. I'm going to show you how to put them together. So you're just going to get a little meat, put it in there. And I do have these taco shell holders. And that is what's holding everything together here. Okay. So now we're going to add our lettuce in here. Okay. Move down to our tomatoes that came out of the garden. They are absolutely delicious too. Much better than getting them out of the stores. Okay, so we're just going to put a couple tomatoes on there. And finally, we're going to put our cheese on here. Now, I used a combination of cheddar cheese and quesadilla cheese. You can use whatever cheese you like. Okay, now, so if you like sour cream or if you like salsa, you can put that on there as well right now. So this is our final product right here. Alright everyone, that concludes today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it and you will try Taco Tuesday at home as well using the recipe that I gave you. Now you guys are probably wondering what was the secret ingredient in the taco meat. Well, it is cheese. It has onions, it has garlic, and it has green chilies in it. So if you can find it, it is definitely worth the treat. Alright, so if you guys have not liked and subscribed to our channel, I need you guys to go down below, hit the subscribe button, get your family and friends to join in as well. So I'll see you guys next week at 3 p.m. on Sunday. So I'm going to show you guys the tacos for the final time. And I'll see you guys next week. Be safe.